I've been on this job for 28 years. This is not normal. You know, we don't see this every day.
Monroe County District Attorney reacting to her own announcement that a Rochester police officer has been indicted. Good evening. That indictment involving an assault charge in connection with a case of alleged police brutality earlier this year. Officer Michael Sipple and another officer were suspended without pay after arresting Christopher Pate in May. Pate says the officers thought he matched the description of a suspect they were looking for. He says the officers demanded to see his ID and things escalated from there. Pate was arrested and charged with disorderly conduct. He suffered fractures to his jaw and skull. Not long after, a judge threw out the charges against him. Ashley Edlin has more on the indictment and the reaction to it.
Today, I'm here to announce that the grand jury has directed that Officer Michael Sipple be charged with the misdemeanor crime of assault in the 3rd degree.
But no charges were announced for a second officer allegedly involved, Spencer McAvoy.
The grand jury has risen, and there are no other charges that are to be filed. No other charges are coming from this investigation.
District Attorney Sandra Dorley said she couldn't comment on what evidence the grand jury reviewed to come to that decision, but got specific on what Sipple is accused of.
The grand jury's allegation is that Officer Sipple, with the intent to cause a physical injury to another person, caused such injury to Christopher Pate.
The incident caused outrage in the community. Former Police Chief Michael Simonelli called on the DA to review body cam footage from that night, as well as Reverend Louis Stewart with the United Christian Leadership Ministry. Stewart said today in a press conference following Dorley's announcement, he feels today was a step toward accountability, but wouldn't call it justice.
It is a mixed situation. On the other hand, it will send a message that police officers are not above the law. However, I believe that DA Dorley should have fought hard to indict both.
Lewis spoke for Pate, who wasn't at the press conference today.
Chris Pate is disappointed and hurt. The community I know was expecting total justice, but the message it sends is not okay with me.
Reverend Lewis said this is not the end. They want justice and are calling on the city to expedite the release of the body cam footage that shows the encounter Pate had with the two officers. He says he believes the public needs to decide for themselves if both officers should be held accountable. Meanwhile, Sipple is expected to be arraigned November 15th. Jeannie.
All right, Ashley, thank you. And in a statement, City Council President Loretta C. Scott said, quote, today's announcement from Monroe County District Attorney Sandra Dorley that the grand jury has issued charges against an officer involved in the arrest of Christopher Pate is significant. It shows that we are a community that will not tolerate injustice. The Rochester Police Department released a statement saying it would not be commenting further on today's news out of respect for the judicial process.